everybody! Today we're going to show you how to make paw print Christmas ornaments. Today's shout out goes to Fawn Production 54. I want to thank her so much for sending this idea to me. She sent me a link on how to do it by making your own dough, but I wanted to try it with polymer clay since I already have polymer clay. And I'm going to leave that link that she sent me down below so you could check that way out too. But thank you so much, Fawn Production 54. I love this idea. I have a couple other ways to do this so that you can remember other animals that you can't get their paw prints for too. I am going to show you how to remember your horse and how to remember a chicken or your little birds. Let's get started. The first thing that you're going to need is clay, and I use the Sculpey clay. You're also going to need your pet. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm rolling the ball in my hands like this to get it nice and warm so it's easy to smush on their paws. And then I smush it in my palm like this so it flattens out as much as I can. Now you get your dog or cat and gently push their paw onto the clay like this. It turned out great. We used an X-Acto knife to cut the extra clay off of the edges of our paw prints. Now we put 2 holes in the top of our paw print clay molds like this. Be sure it goes all the way through. We used a pasta machine to flatten our clay for our name tags, but you can also flatten it with your hands or a small roller on the table. Measure your name tag to be a little bit bigger than your paw prints. We made our name tags to look like planks of wood, but you could use your imagination to do it however you want your name tags to look. We put 4 holes in our name tags. Be sure not to make your holes too close to the edge. We learned that the hard way. Now it is time to pick 2 different colors of clay to twist together to give your paw prints a pretty border. I picked red and green. I worked my clay in my hands until it was warm and easy to work with. Then I evenly roll each color until they are about the same thickness. I put the ends of the 2 colors together and I twist them together as evenly as I can. I measure my twisted pieces around my paw print and then cut it when it is the right length. Now I gently work my twisted border onto the paw print mold like this. Be sure to do this gently because you do not want to distort your paw print. Now the next thing, after you get the clay parts to your Christmas ornaments done, you get a glass baking pan, and I usually use a piece of parchment paper, a small piece, and you can reuse it for your next project if you want. And I lay it down on the bottom of my glass baking pan, and then I lay my ornaments on top of that. And I usually bake mine inside of my toaster oven. You can follow the directions on the back of the package of your Sculpey clay. Bake at 275 degrees for 15 minutes per 1/4 inch of thickness. Do not microwave or overbake. Now that my ornaments are done baking, I get a paintbrush and some Sculpey gloss, and I paint my ornaments with the gloss to give it a glossy look. Now that they are all dry, the next step is to write your pet's name onto the planks. For this, what I'm going to use is puffy paint. I have a whole kit here of the puffy paint, but you could also use a regular acrylic paint or markers if you have markers that'll stand out enough against your little planks. For the next step, you will need a small pair of pliers, some wire cutters, wire. You can use jewelry wire, paper clips, or Christmas ornament hooks. That is what I use to make it easy. You will use 3 pieces of wire to put your ornament together. The next step is to put your wire through the holes 1 hole at a time. Then twist the wire end around itself 3 or 4 times. Cut the wire, then squeeze the end closed with the pliers to be sure that there are no sharp edges. Here are the 6 places that you will be twisting your wire. Now let me show you how I did the horse and bird ornaments. First, I rolled my clay flat. I am using horsehair that I pulled out of a brush. Grab 1 or 2 strands of hair and wrap it around your fingers like this. I use a small piece of string to tie the wrapped hair so that it forms a circle. Then I hold it up to my rolled out clay and determine the size I need to cut it. I use a lid to trace a circle to cut. I freehand the cut around the feather. I put holes in the ornaments and then I put the borders around the edges like I did the paw prints. After the ornament is done, I use super glue to glue my horsehair wreath onto the ornament. Then I put a small bow on it. Now for the feather. I use a small bit of glue on the spine of the feather and then I lightly glue it down on the ornament. And now they are all done. I want to introduce you to our pets that we made our ornaments for. This one is Heaven, and she's my sweet kitty, and I made 2 Heaven ornaments because Lindsay said she wanted a Heaven ornament too. She is actually the one that found Heaven for me. She found her in a parking lot. And she said, "Mom, this is the most friendly kitty ever, and I want you to have her." And I thought about it, and I talked to my husband about it, and I said, yes. And she has been such a little blessing. Now we come to our kitty cat, Gracie. Gracie is Ashley's kitty, and Ashley lives in another state, but I still have her kitty. And I thought that it would be a great gift for Ashley because she doesn't get to see her kitty anymore. Now we come to Little Kitty. And Little Kitty is an absolutely adorable little kitty. He is Kimberly's kitty. And Kimberly got married and moved to another state, and she lives in an apartment and she can't have her little kitty. So I thought that it would be cool to make her a Christmas ornament with Little Kitty's paw print on it so that she could remember her little kitty every year when she decorates her Christmas tree. This is Sandy. Sandy was my childhood dream come true. She is always close to my heart. And I thought that it would be a good idea to take some of the horsehair and wrap it and make it a small wreath on your Christmas ornament. And even though I don't have my Sandy anymore, I thought that this would still be a great memory of my horse. This is actually a Christmas ornament for a friend. She had a little bird named Thomas, and she knew that I love to collect feathers, and she told me, "Oh, my bird has the prettiest feathers. I am going to send you a couple of my bird's feathers." Well, I've had these feathers for a couple years now, and when I came up with this idea, I thought, oh, this would be a great gift for my friend. We hope you enjoyed watching us make our paw print Christmas ornaments. Would love to hear from you if you give this a try. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye! Here are some really cute pictures that I got off of Pinterest where people shared some pictures of their pets and they made me giggle, so I'm going to share them with you.